Good morning, good day, good evening, good night. Yes, I'm confused. You ever enter a program and you don't know which way you're going to go in? Oh, you think it's a joke? Well, he says his life is a joke. And that's the title of the book. His life is a joke. Well, all right, so let's laugh, laughing. So if you want your blood pressure to go down, if you want ease of stress, if you want your T cells in your blood vessel, if you want the endorphins and for work, if you want to deal with your heart, if you want bond with people, then laugh. Then perhaps you could consider your life as a joke as well. Self-deprecation is a big term, if you can even laugh at yourself. Bring out things in humor, and then you can perhaps get along. You live longer, as they say. So is the gentleman I have in here decided he has put a book of things that he used to see and hear in his little community there in the country. And he just put it into a book and says, my life is a joke. So I took him on. I said, yeah, come on the program because I want to laugh to and hear from you. But the first thing I find out from this gentleman is that his name is a joke. Yes, his name is a joke. Put the camera on him. Put the camera on him. Yes. He's a trickster and an old man. Yes, what do I mean by that? His name is Patrick Newman. This man no new, no long time with the pirate boss.
Long time.
Long time. So as long as you grow old, you'll never be an old man.
Never. Always new.
No. Well, so at least we have cleared it. You put this thing together, my life as a joke. What led you to this? Why?
Growing up in the country with grandparents, there's always laughter in the family.
Yes.
Everybody had a nickname. And it was a fun, sometimes you call people a nickname and them never so pleased, but you laugh.
Yes.
Because my nickname was Bubble Gut.
Bubble Gut?
Yes, man. And
cameraman, do not tilt down.
And then my brother nickname was Lizard Leg.
Lizard Leg?
Yes, man.
But them nicknames are come from somewhere.
Well,
as long time you're got it bubble.
People just make up name and it fit you, man.
Yes.
And my uncle name was Langneck Garlin, so you couldn't call him that name. It was war.
Oh,
we used to call him and run and laugh. So it was fun growing up. And then you had some characters in the country, man. Trust me, man. It was men where everything them talk was joke.
Yes.
You know, and it was fun to just listen to them.
Yes.
Like a man would say, boy, the heaviest gate you can lift up, open up is obligate, you know.
Obligate?
Yes.
You obligate.
Obligate to
Got
nobody,
it?
you know.
Obligation,
Yeah,
obligate. All right.
You know, and it was just fun listening to them talk,
Yes,
man. You know,
yes.
so when I came back into Kingston, we used to hang out at a little spot off Walton Park Road at Delamere Avenue. And we just, after work at evening time, we just sit and just talk and people just laugh.
Yes.
And one day somebody said, boy, Newman, you have so much joke, why don't you write a book? And there was where the idea came from. And I started to jot down certain jokes, and it took me about 2 years to put everything together. And then I started to put them together at nights after work. I just type them up.
Okay.
And here it is.
Okay, and here we are today. I've read the book. I've gone through the book. And one of the things I notice is that jokes seem to come when you play upon people, mishaps, wrong pronunciation. You know, all of that comes to me in a phrase, it's called communication noise. Right. In other words, when you assume certain things, because noise in communication is not just the noise you hear, but also an internal noise, certain things that blocks you from understanding. So I got a sense that it was. So I went through a couple of them, you know, and I know you have a couple characters in there. And I guess you're going to turn reader to them. And you have a character in there named Tyrrell.
Yes, man. Tyrrell, man.
Tyrrell.
Yes,
Tell me about Tyrrell.
Well, Tyrrell was one of those students in class. Boy, I tell you, you can't forget him. You don't know. Him say every child can learn and every child must learn. But boy, for some reason, Tyrrell couldn't learn. You know, you teach him something now and he go for break and you ask him. And him just a look by like you know where you talk. Taylor was that kind of child, man. Still alive and
Still alive?
yes, man. Living in the adjoining district in Coley Mountain, man. Taylor, I saw him a couple of weeks ago, so raising him cow and doing his farming.
And
So.
him knows he make joke out
Yes, man. I share it with him and I tell him when I get money, I fight to go and buy my cow.
Terrell again, this one is called. Terrell was in English class, and when the teacher asked him to use the word feet in a sentence, Terrell looked at the teacher and said, "Feet, miss?" "Yes, feet," she said. "Oh," Terrell said, scratching the back of his head and his eyes looking up in the ceiling for inspiration. "Come on, I know you can do it, Terrell." Terrell stretched out his bottom lip and rubbed his back and forth to his mouth. His eyes glazed. Finally, his eyes focused on the teacher with a sharp glint, and he said, "When the boy Paul did teeth my pencil, me did go feet." Well, all right. Of course, the class broke down in uncontrollable laughter. Well, it shows you that he's not that dunce, though.
No.
Can you come up with an answer?
Yeah, man, common sense, man.
Yeah?
Common
With
sense.
sometimes, as they say, it's not
so common.
so common,
Yeah.
you know. And I know you pick on Terrell a couple times. Him no run after you and want to chop you when him
No,
see you.
man, it was that kind of character at school, man. Everybody know Tyrell and he was just simple and him laugh at everything to you.
Oh, yes?
Yes, man.
Okay. Another day we were in English class and teacher asked Terrell to give the meaning of the word deceitful. Deceitful means? Yes, go ahead. I know you can do it. You have it in you. Teacher believed in him, you see?
Man.
Yes, you call him dunce, but the teacher believed in him. Terrell didn't have no ponder this time. He said, "Miss, that's easy." I like Terrell. That is when you're in at the bus and all of the seat full. There you go. It's phonetics there. It's a word sound and pronounce it. Or deceitful. Because he's hearing.
Yes.
Because he's not into the whole heap of language thing.
Yes.
He's hearing deceitful.
Yes, man.
Yes. And I recall once I was taking one of my children overseas, and we always go to Miami, Florida. And then I would ask him, "Where are you going?" He's going to Miami. Makes sense. Miami is one of my own. Yeah, so people will hear what they want to hear and all the time. So how is Terrell doing? You say him still around and
raising him cow and doing farming.
Independent man.
Yes, man. Doing well.
You talk about the country, but give us a taste of which country you come from.
Manchester, man. That small district called Endeavour. Not many people. Endeavour. It's on your way to Maidstone, so you have to pass Inglewood and then you go up to Jansall and Tapshan and then you reach.
Yes, sir. Endeavour.
Yeah, man.
Never to leave the yes. Terrell and the principal. Yes, man. One day, some of them did kind of make me laugh out loud. Yes, again, you have to listen. Every Friday at school, we attended arts and craft classes where we learned to make or paint something. On one Friday, I ran Cinder Burrell. Terrell, that's his right name, right? The Burrell didn't seem to come from Manchester. Yes. Made something that he just kept sanding it down. He was so proud of what he made. The principal saw him standing and said, "Aracindia, you made something. What is it?" "Australia, sir." "Nice. Let me take a look," the principal said and stretched out his hand. "Oh, here it is, sir." The principal smiled and said, "Oh, it's an ashtray. No, Australia, sir." So I go on further. The man, him here, Australia. Yeah, and him make Australia.
Of course.
Okay, there you go. You have to know. But there's one of them, that I particularly like about. And I write them down. I write them down. Trevor Barker
Yes, man.
and the teacher.
Yes,
Yes,
man.
you know that one there.
Yeah,
You
man.
know them all.
Yes,
When I
man.
name them, you just know them.
Yeah, man.
You know easy. You know easy. Now hear this one, you know, because this one here border and all kind of things that we have problems with in Jamaica. Trevor Barker was in class giving trouble again, and his teacher got real fed up with him. Mr. Finley stood and used a stick to hit Trevor. The stick broke, and Trevor's hand began to swell. Mr. Finley knew if Trevor reported it, he would get into big trouble. He decided to change the focus from Trevor. Who can tell me my age? Mr. Finley asked the class. Everybody began guessing Mr. Finley's age. Trevor jumped out of his seat. I can tell you how old you are, sir. Okay, Trevor, tell me. You are 42, sir. Trevor said as he massaged his swelling hand. You're right. I'm 42. So how you know my age, Trevor? Well, I have a brother at home who's a half idiot, and he's 21. So I figured if he's 21 and he's a half idiot, and you're a full idiot, then you must be 42. You can laugh all the time. Okay, Mr. Cameraman. You know, I mean, I wonder, that young man knows maths.
Yes, man.
He knows maths.
Yes.
So you are simple.
But I tell you something, man. These guys were, I think he's in Cayman now. But when you're going to school with them, man, it's just fun. Every single thing them take on touch with his round, and you have to laugh.
But him look the same neck never broke this time from the teacher.
Mr. Finlay wanted to get rid of the whole incident before.
Yes,
man.
yes,
So,
indeed.
yeah.
All right, we're going to take our first break from Insight and rush back with more of these. All right, we'll be right back on Insight.
There is a goalpost everywhere. Is kupiga makofi kubwa. Sisi wote majeshi
Well, all over the world, you know, our lives are jokes, including the Minister of Sports in Uganda. What do you think when you saw that? Funny, right? I thought of a song. He ain't heavy. Like, it was our front end lift up, wake him up. But people laugh at all kind of things, and we always see these little videos and laugh, and I gather it is good. I understand, you know, that as a child laughs 200 times per day, and an adult laughs 26. Whoa. Whatever happened, we take life so serious. I guess we do. When you talk about crime and you talk about, but you have to find time to laugh. You agree, sir?
Of course.
So where did you find time to laugh? Where you find out that you was a joke?
As I said earlier, from your boy, man, we laugh at everything. But there are times where I just looking at the mirror and just laugh at myself, you know. Yeah, man, just laugh, man. Some morning, I just looking at the mirror and say, you see your boy? You think you easy? I just laugh, man.
I laugh.
Yeah, man.
When I know, so you would almost laugh with an illustration like that on the book. So how the book came about? My Life as a Joke. You see, it have a pretty color there, over the shoulder there. Who did that?
When I was director at SOS Children's Village in Stony Hill, I met this young man, John Ramsey. He was born without fingers.
Born without fingers. Oh, okay.
But when computer was introduced to the home, Johnny just fascinated with the computer. So at night, sometimes I have to run him to in bed and say, leave the computer, turn it off. and go to your bed. And he just started to create things on the computer. So when I had this idea, I called him up and I said, Johnny, I need some graphics for my book. And he said, he called me uncle. And he said, uncle, send me what you want. And I just emailed him what I wanted. And he put all of the illustration together.
So where's Johnny now?
Johnny is in Stonehill running his own business. And I said, Johnny born without finger, him have no finger.
We're in Stonehill. I'm a Stonehill man, you know.
I know he left the village
yes,
now, and he rents an apartment close to Golden Spring down that
Okay,
side.
yeah, that's great.
Right, but he's still around, man.
Okay.
I'm doing well.
Johnny, you're too bad.
Yes.
And I noticed as a unmistakably Jamaican, because
Right.
there's a flag there,
Right.
and say laugh till your belly busts.
Yes.
And that clearly you can't interpret that anywhere else in the world but Jamaica.
But Jamaica. Yes.
Laugh till your belly
Yes.
busts. Have you do any stand-up?
No, it's kind of difficult, you know. These comedian boys, it's like them hold everything close to them chest. So forgetting is tough.
Yeah?
Yep, I've approached a couple of them to read some stories.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody not really responded, but it's pretty early days,
Yeah.
you know, and this is going to put it out there that there's
A man
something.
named Patrick Newman.
Yes, man.
A joker.
Yeah, well, can make people laugh because we don't laugh enough, you know, in this country.
Yeah, clearly not.
we
No.
don't
Blood
laugh
pressure. Can
enough.
it help with blood pressure?
Yes, man, it helped with every single thing.
Heart?
Man. Yes, everything.
Yeah? It deal with the antibodies in your
Yes,
bloodstream.
man, when you laugh, you live longer, man.
Wow, and then like when I want,
And
I'm
you
going back to
keep
some
younger when you laugh, man.
it's a young man you want him, no new
Yes, man. No, Newman is fine.
you know. Yeah, I could go on because I spot some of them things. Little boy, me and the little girl, page 110 in the book. So you see, me read the book.
Yes, I can see
Me
that.
read the book. I was working on a project collecting data and had to visit several primary schools in Kingston. On one of my visits, I met a little girl around 6 or 7 years old who asked me to help her with her work. So I started to have a look at what she was doing. She was to write the missing letter in the blank space provided. On this page was a picture of a bus, and she should write in the U in the B dash S, right? Follow me? Yeah, bus. I have an audience here.
Yes.
So I asked her, what is this? And pointed to the picture, and she said, it's a bus. I said, very good. So I said, spell bus. The little girl looked up at me. J-U-T-C. I am now sure, you see, I'm positive that Cecil Towns and all those people at JUTC loves this, because this is called branding, you know.
Yes.
This is called branding. This is while that's her reality.
Yes.
It's got, because if you go into a bar and you ask a beer, what you going to get?
A red stripe.
Okay. So Heineken and a beer.
Well, most people don't sip Heineken a beer.
Yes.
Heineken is Heineken.
Yes. And if you go look for toothpaste, which toothpaste you expect to get?
Colgate, man.
Colgate. And if you ask you a cigarette, which one them going to give you?
Craving there, man.
So, why is a child wrong?
She not wrong. That's the bus she travels on, and that's
the
what
most-
she
that's
sees
how life
every
is.
day.
So the marketing companies would love to hear this, you know, because once you associate their product
Yes.
with normal lifestyle,
Yes.
then you're good. Then you're good. I like that one. Little boy and Marsh Skeet, page 74. One evening, Miss Myrtle sent her grandson Egbert to
man.
Marsh Skeet's shop to buy groceries for the house. As usual, the men were in the shop playing dominoes and making a lot of noise. Marsh Skeet was around the back of the shop. Egbert called out for Marsh Skeet to come around and sell him the groceries. You know, them friendly country thing. You go and do some work till somebody come. However, Marskeet could not hear him due to the noise the men were making. Egbert kept on calling, but still no answer.
Marskeet.
One of the men got annoyed with Egbert calling in such a low tone of voice, knowing that Marskeet could not hear him, shouted, "Little boy, you don't see Marskeet not hearing you. Call him louder." Egbert called out again, "Mars louder!" I'm sure. You're going to buy the liquor, you know. You're going to buy the liquor.
You see, interpretation is everything, you know. So poor Egbert thought if Marskeet not here, then maybe Mars louder, because he thought it was somebody else.
That
they
is
were
correct.
telling what he was, all the man was saying, lift your voice and call louder.
Call louder.
But he was Mars louder.
Mars louder. So tell me something. This man real?
Which one?
Keith, Marskeet.
Yes, man, he died a couple of years ago.
Oh,
And in
yeah?
fact, his son saw the story and bought a book from me. I said, my father in the book.
Well, you should go up to Endeavour and endeavor to sell these his book. Yeah, well, I mean that is classical. I mean, you know, chances are he thought that the man go buy another name, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but him interpret it right, and sometimes when they come with it straight, Master Ralph and his money.
Yes, man.
Oh, this man, you know, this is the kind of one I've heard. Thought I heard. Master Ralph was going on farm work in the United States of America. For the first time, he had some money under his mattress at home, but did not want to leave it there. He also did not like to take his money to the bank. Yeah? So he came up with this brilliant idea to hide his money in a hill not too far from his house. He went there early in the morning and dug a hole and put all his money. Before he left, he took photographs. That's proper. That's a smart man. Of the area, just to be sure he will not trouble finding the area when he returned, you know. He took the camera with him, and one day when he had his day off from work in the USA, he decided to develop the photographs. When he looked at the photograph, Master Ralph's jaw dropped to his chest. His heart started beating fast. In one of the photographs, a man was sitting on a tree branch, peeking from behind the leaves. The man was looking directly down on the area where Master Ralph had planted the money. A massive jolt of pain shot through Master Ralph's chest and sneaked down his left arm. He fell on the ground dead. The cameras have limitation, and that you never see it with the naked eye. But when him reach all his weight in him, to carry up money to the bank or to the credit union, do not put it under no bushel or thing. Because you see what they do with the Chinese people, they keep the money at the stores.
And accept credit card and debit card. They want cash.
They want cash, and this is a bait. You're becoming a bait. You're becoming a bait for these kind of things. I want to be sure that I get through none of them before. Which one I'm going to go to this one before I tell you, because I saw this with my own eye. You're not going to believe. Master Daniel was an old man who lived in the community. He always complained about the pain he felt from arthritis. He tried every bush. You never try with him there. You could think of all the medicines the doctor gave him only eased the pain for a while, One day he went to his son's garage and saw him using WD-40 to spray on some old nuts and bolts, and to Master Daniel's surprise, the bolts were pulled easily. He sat there and watched, and when he was leaving, he took a tin of his son's WD-40. As soon as he got home, he sprayed it on his joints where he was feeling the pain, and within minutes, he felt no pain. Master Daniel bought a phone credit, put it on his phone, and called his daughter, Lillian, in Kingston. Lillian, when you're coming down next week, bring a tin of WD-40 for me. You hear? WD-40, Daddy? Yes, WD-40. What you want WD-40 for, Daddy? It is the only thing that helped my arthritis. No, I'm here to tell you that if I didn't see this in my real life, I would have said, but me see, Ah, man, when me know good, him dead and gone now.
Yes. Yes, man.
Spray. I'm like, what is this?
Yes, man.
And him
It
say,
was Daniel, man.
if this thing can move all of these rusty nuts, you know, so I don't see him giant
Yes,
thing.
man.
Like,
Yeah, man.
I'm like-
Daniel.
I beg him almost to cease and desist. But we're going to take another break and open up some other joints when we come back. Remember, laughing will make you live longer. We'll be right back on Insight. Welcome back to a special edition of Insight, right? The one that you're supposed to laugh, and I'm just take it easy. I. So you're going to switch your channel because I'm not talking about crime and violence, and Jamaicans say violence, violence. Yeah, no. We're trying to show that we have a balance out to life and enjoy some laughter. You know, technology is upon us, and you know, we have intrusions in your house now. You talk to, you know, I mean, when I want to know when my side playing a next match, and I just say, you know, when will Chelsea be playing the next EPL match or any match? And she just tells me right away, you know, the Google thing and the Alexis and that. But hold on, we have to be careful when they start talking back. Listen to this one out of the US.
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of
I
you,
left plenty of room.
you drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
You see when you have them high-tech business there. Because you hear they're watching us, you know. So may hear them watch us because they have come with some television thing where them can record and they know your lifestyle, so they know what to bring for you. And oh, that's another world.
Smart TV.
Smart TV. But you know, it's not the TV. If a man who's not smart get a smart TV, does he become smart?
That's a tough one.
You know, talking about overseas, you have heard of Bernanke, right? Anansi.
Yes, man.
Yeah, a crafty little fellow. Yes. Well, all right. That is long time Bernanke about, right? If you don't believe me, say. And because I know you don't look on the book that way, you know, but Chucky and the foreign lady.
Yes, man.
Foreign lady, you know what's coming, right? Chucky was an Obeah man who received a call out of the blue from a white woman in America. Get where I'm going? She said she needed his help to get her sons out of jail because they were charged with murder. Here's the thing that, you have photographs of them? Yes, the woman said tearfully. All right, get the photographs and call me back. Within 5 minutes, the lady called back. Now hold up the picture. All right? I'm holding it up. He's on the phone now, remember. No, you're going up too high. Bring it down some more. Man in charge, right? Okay. Chucky said, little more to the left. Okay. No, ma'am, you're gone over too far. Little more to the right. Is it okay now? The woman said in a frightened little voice. All right, hold it there. Good. Chucky could hear her sigh through the phone in relief. When are your sons going back to court? Next week, Tuesday, she said, her voice soft with despair. All right, here's what you do. Straightening up in his chair, as if she could see him, take the picture and soak them in some white rum and bring them to court with you next week. And when them name call, tear up the photograph to pieces in the courthouse. Thank you, sir. how much is this going to cost me? I don't like to take part payment on jobs, like this. But now that you mention it, put 1,000 US in an envelope between you and your husband when you go to bed tonight, and I'll send a snake for it. The lady shrieked, no, I don't like snakes, and I don't want my husband to know what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with you. Well then, in that case, send it through Western Union first thing in the morning. Chucky collected over 3,000 US dollars from the lady before the next court day. When her sons went to court, they received nearly 100 years combined. The woman wailed on the phone to Chucky, "They're going to prison. Why did I pay you so much money if you couldn't help them?" "You bring the case to my attention too late, ma'am. But we are going to appeal. I can help you this time around." No, hold on.
This is a true story.
That's so, hold on. No scamming that.
Well,
So I want to go on like when you invent scamming a man.
let me tell you, say, this is a true story. I laughed the day till I dropped down. Because Chucky was talking to the lady as if she was sitting in front.
Yeah.
And I said, boy, people just, I don't know, how people so fool. I understand.
The same thing about with the scamming.
Yes.
People believe
Yeah.
you can, there's all a quid pro quo, perhaps not a term we use these days, but they believe they can get a benefit. So even when, people still do it.
Yes.
You go on, you can win a prize, you can get a new phone, but just send us $1. Like, yo. So the scamming thing start long time. We mentioned, for example, that in communicating we have challenges.
Right.
And a couple of them would be accent, ability to speak the language. Right. So when you swear that you are communicating, technically you are not. Yes? So you have a little one called the Russian and the rat trap.
Yeah.
Yes? I never know Russian did come and live in a community in Jamaica, but here you are. The Russian rented a house in the community and earned his living from repairing houses. It was a time when the community was overrun with rats. He was working on his neighbor's house and saw his neighbor with a rat trap, but he had never seen one before. He was working on the ceiling when he saw a rat went to the trap. Blum! And the rat went, squeak, squeak. He was impressed and decided to use it in his rented house that was so infested with rats. After he finished working that evening, he spoke to his neighbor. "Where you bought that thing you used to catch the rats?" "Oh, you can get it at the hardware store down the road, man." The Russian went down to the hardware store but did not know what to ask for. But he remembered the sound he heard when the trap caught the rat. He strode up to the clerk. "Can you please sell me one blam?" Squeak, squeak. What? "I need one blam." Squeak, squeak. Well, I'm sure he got it.
Yes.
So in other words, communication is critical all the way around, all the way around. You know, tradition is something else. You have one sweet one in the book, you know. It into one of my top 3 out of the book. Yeah? And the one is special enough because you have this funeral thing where people believe in all kind of things.
Yes, man.
The women, them, what kind of underwears them wear? So what color? Red. Yes. What of the?
Ghost.
Pay. Yes. So therefore, you bury people is very significant. Yes. So make we take on this one. It name is Ida, who buried her husband upside down. Upside down. A married couple lived in a neighboring community where all were always quarreling and fighting every day. Ma Susie would tell Miss Ida that when he dies, he's going to dig himself out of the grave and kill her. One day, lo and behold, Ma Susie died, and everybody was worried that Ma Susie was going to come back and kill Miss Ida. On the day of the funeral, after everyone left the graveside, Miss Ida went up to the square where people would gather before heading home. She was drinking and celebrating. one lady approached her. Ida, you there celebrate. Remember when Susie used to tell you this is going to dig himself out of his grave and come kill you? Miss Ida laugh, holding her belly. Yes, remember. But me fix that. Make him dig. Me make sure him bury upside down. So when him a dig, I've heard that down him a go. So make him dig. I wonder if
Yeah, but my
Massus is still digging.
My Susie and him, Mr. Ida, always a quarrel, man.
Yes. You know, one of the things I find in the book, though, you know, that you have some enough man who are lovely come on, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you have one of them, I can just tell you the story because I know I'm going to a break soon. You know, when husband get trouble, a man get trouble, them tell you you're going to throw a tile in 9 years.
Yes, yeah, man.
Tell me the story what happened to this one. Tell me I do all of the talk.
Oh my God. So, this man always a beat up on him woman. So, him friends say, you tell me, if I me like him, I chew a tile in 9 years. Chew a tile in 9 years. So, I must sleep one day and she just go in the kitchen and take up the oil buckle and chew some oil down in 9 years. So when him wake, him ears full of oil, so I'm going to look for her and start get some big lick and beat her up. So she go back to her friend and say, "Are you cause all of this, you know? Because of you tell me for chew oil in 9 years when the man sleep." Say, "Yeah, idiot. Me say if you hot the oil." A hot oil is supposed to chew. She said, "You never tell me that." So me got chew the cold oil in 9 years. Nearly kill her with lick.
We are not advocating on
Violence,
this program
yes.
any form of violence. Yes, if you have any problems, go find a solution elsewhere. No
Work it
beating
out
up
with
on
a
anybody.
counselor.
But you know, just before we take the other break, you know, always I pick my Rastaman, you know. Always I pick my Rastaman. I was traveling on a bus from St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland. Try to remember now. St. Elizabeth to Westmoreland. Someone's phone went off and the lady who was sitting next to a Rastaman answered, "Barry, honey, I'm on the bus heading to Clarendon. As soon as me reach, we'll call you, love. Love you." The lady ended the call with a satisfied smirk on her lips. Shortly after, another phone rang. A young lady sitting in the front seat answered, "Sweetheart, I'm on my way to Kingston to pick up the form at UE. Send me some credit so we can talk now." The young lady cajoled while she blew kisses on the phone. Later. Yeah. Yet another phone rang. And the girl behind me answered, "Orville, I'm on my way to Ocherias for the interview. Miss you loads. We'll link you when I get back." Mwah. The Rastaman hissed his teeth loudly and bellowed from the back of the bus, "Driver, stop the bus. Stop the world, not bus. Me confused where this bus really are go." I hear you, boss. I hear you, boss. We will be back with more blood pressure lowering devices. We'll be right back on Insight.
Me a big man. Yeah. Jamaican cemetery. You don't think so we normal out here? You have a dead and dying buried style. Yeah. What you mean? See it there? Yeah. How old is dead? So a young boy dead. How him dead? 99? No, this year? No, 2016 him dead. What? Which part? You have one up there, sir? Up there, sir? I'll play and see it there. I'm not a joke with the thing. Hold them Jamaica, hold them. Me tell you, you know, so when you're dead at Jamaica, no normal something, you know. See it? Yeah. You get a bike if you're a biker. Yeah. If you want baller, see it there. You see it? Rampant with Jamaica, you know.
put you down in style. Hold on us. One house over there, so in the cemetery. Over there where I go.
Well, even in death, there's a joke. Some people, you treat life, eh? We reach to the section where we're going to get into your business now. But you must have a favorite one where you like, or one.
Yes.
Run with it, as we say.
Yeah, man. Bobo and the pickpocket. My friend Bobo was traveling from Spanish Town on a bus one night. But when he reached Central Village, he realized that someone has picked his wallet. Bobo was very upset and began to yell. Who picked my wallet? Me no want what happened 1974 if you go on again tonight, you know. A little man at the back of the bus, hearing what Bobo said, bawl out. And me have your wallet, boss. Hand it over because I don't want what happened 1974 if it happen again. Bobo reached downtown and was getting off the bus when the curious conductor stopped him. Sir, what happened when them pick you in 1974? Bobo said, lady, I never have no money. I have to walk 2 miles home. so everybody believes Bobo create havoc 1974. It's just that he never have no more money and never walk home.
Yeah, man. It's like a man saying, if you lost your wallet, you look and you look and you look for your wallet. What's the first thing you do when you find your wallet?
What, me?
No. Stop look. But well, when we get into anything else, but there's another one in the book I'm like, you know. And Trevor Millis, a good friend of mine, was getting married and invited almost the entire district to celebrate with him. You know, Mr. One, you know. Trevor killed a cow, a goat, a pig, and tons of chicken to feed all the people who were expected to come to his wedding. Everything was going well, with a full church congregation attending. Everybody was smiling until the pastor reached a section in the wedding ceremony and made an announcement. If anyone has anything that would prevent these two from getting married, speak now or forever hold thy peace. The entire congregation became quiet until a pretty lady who was not from the district strolled down the aisle with a baby cradled in her arm. She walked deliberately towards the pastor. She was almost at the pulpit when Trevor's wife slapped him across the cheek. His distraught wife then ran through the side door holding her wedding dress as she dashed outside. The pastor turned to the pretty lady, his expression grave. Do you have anything to say why you came forward? Yes, Pastor. I am hard of hearing and I am not hearing clearly at the back, so I came closer. You know, you get up and prejudge people every day. I don't know what. Poor little lady deaf. All of a sudden, I'm going to judge the man. I tell you.
You don't get it?
Yeah. You don't get it?
Sounds surprised.
I better not get it. Cameraman don't get it. Yeah, him not got enough wedding, man. A pure funeral him go. The whole time him laugh when they show the funeral. You say you're from Endeavour?
Yes, man.
In Centon.
Grew up there.
In
Born in
Manchester.
Kingston, but grew up there as a young boy with my grandmother.
Born a line in? Or
No, man. Jubilee.
a line in that man.
Well, yes, you're right. You're right.
You're too young, man. You're too young.
You're so right.
You're not a new man. Right, born and you grow there. What was it like for you? What school you went to?
Went to Coley Mountain. It was Arledge at the time. And Mile Gully.
Okay.
High school.
Okay.
And then I came back into Kingston after finishing school here. But it was one of those things that you never regretted growing up in the countryside with some good people, man. My grandparents, my grandmother was a strong woman. My grandfather was a wonderful man who taught us how to love cricket and would set up hours a night to listen West Indies and playing all over the world in Pakistan.
You know, about youngster was beaten by his father
Yeah, top model.
because him there, I watch West Indies I play.
Yes.
Father beat him
Yes.
and said, you're watching pornography in the day. Yeah, bow, bow. So why that him say, you don't say West Indies getting again. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, so when I look back now, because when my grandfather died, I was 13 years old, and I cried. Not because he died, you know,
Oh,
but because he never lived for me buy my bread. Was such a good man.
buy my bread.
Yes,
A bread?
yes, man.
Our bread mean anything. Our bread mean
Yeah,
bread.
man, meaning anything, man.
Oh.
You know, if a man will love cricket, he never even knows about in a park.
Really?
Yeah, so
Well, you know, not to feel bad, you know, a man who thought of Africa, Marcus Garvey, didn't go there.
right.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
me and my brother was discussing the other day and said, boy, if he was alive, we would have sent him to England to watch cricket and all over the world.
But help me, you left there and you grew up with whom? You talk about your brother. How many siblings? I want to know who is Patrick Newman?
Yes, man. We have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. My sisters and mother still alive and a brother in England.
Your mother is in England?
Yes, man.
Okay.
I never knew her until I was 14 and my brother was 13. Because she left us and went to England. She was one of the Windrush.
Ah, so you get money the other day, man.
Ah, boy, I don't get any.
Oh, you get rush. Just get
get rushed. But she went away in the 60s and left us with our father. He took us to Manchester to live with grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
So, but country life was, oh God, man, we never knew we were poor, man. Happy people. Something was always in
If
season.
you're happy, can you be poor?
But we never knew.
But
Said-
no. It's a serious question.
No,
I ask
I
you now.
understand you. No, it's now when we grow up now, you hear people talk about people have money and people. But everybody was just happy.
Yeah, because you buy the big house, you buy the big car, you have the pool in the back, the bank account has swell out,
Yeah.
but you're not happy.
Not happy, man.
That don't make sense.
No make no sense.
And then you go die a rich man. No, that's a curse.
And yeah, and some people start fight for your riches. You know, so but we're happy, man. There was never a month that something is not in season. Starapple or jackfruit or apple or tangerine or something. We never chicken used to lay over in the bush, and when we are weed the coffee piece, we would find it foulness, and we not tell mama. Yeah, man, we just go for a pan with some water, man, and just boil some egg. And just boil some egg, man. And we're just a happy, man.
Yes.
Happy young boys.
Yes.
And I say the community, listen to me, man, at that time in Jamaica history, man, when they say a village grew a child,
Yes.
that was no cliche, man. It happened, man. When a man say, go home to your grandmother, you better move.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you better. And they love you. They care for you. They make sure say you're all right.
Yes.
You
What
know?
you say today now?
Oh God, man, it's amazing. I'm director of a boys' home in Manchester, and sometimes it grieves my heart to see the kind of children that come to us. And when you read the file and you look the short life, the things they have been through as children, it's just terrible. It's just terrible, man. And this is why I will go out at Mount Olivet Boys Home and the limb to make sure that the boys who come to us are happy and are taken good care of.
Do you see anything that can change that? Because they keep coming.
Yeah.
If you had a chance, if you had a magic, what would you tell me that can cure that?
We just have to, right now, the Ministry of Justice is coming with the Child Diversion Act. And believe me, this should have happened probably 30 years ago. I worked with the Department of Correctional Services for 10 years and was at Royal Juvenile Correctional Center. youngsters was locked up because the mother could manage it, because the father is nowhere to be found. And if we had good men, man, because the Child Diversion Act needs child diversion mentors. And if we don't get the mentors, especially the men, it is going to fail. It is going to fail if men don't come forward to help these boys. Because as much as women try, the woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. She's just not wired that way. It has to be men who teach boys how to be men. And that Mount Olivet 4 years. And within that 4 years, only 4 men has ever visited their sons only. And in fact, one of them wasn't their father, it was an uncle. 4. And I said, the men are just missing from the children lives. I never have my father around, but me have a grandfather who, when him talk, when mama can't manage and say, wait till Dennis come, you drop in your shell. A man. So when the man come, it must make a difference, man.
Yes.
And that is what is happening. The men are nowhere to be found. When the boys reach age 12 and 13 and start act up a certain way, the poor woman can't manage. And why she can't manage, she end up with it at the Child Protection and Family Services Agency or at the police station and say, look, I can't manage this boy.
Yes, a lot of women have to give away their boys.
Yeah, man.
Because they can't manage.
Yeah, and I remember one lady saying to me, Mr. Newman, I'd rather this boy here and I know where he is, one in my bed at night and I don't know where he is. So she rather fi borrow the money and cook the food on a Sunday and carry on game and know say he's safe somewhere, rather than she in her bed and don't know where her son is.
So he's in a kind of a prison?
Literally. It was like that. Well, if you go to Rayakobe Juvenile Correction Center in Panishaw, it is a prison. It is a prison, and it is manned by warders, and it is a prison. Luckily, in 2011, I went to Rayakobe, and there was 120 boys there, and I said, no man, why we lock up so many of our boys? And then I said, boy, I have to find some way to help this. And I joined the Back to Life Foundation. We started going over and every other Saturday to mentor boys. And I can tell you, a couple of weeks I went there and I said, how many boys are you now? 43. So the figure have dramatically
Mount Olivet is where you are now.
Yes.
In Manchester.
In Manchester.
And how many boys you have?
Right now we have 46 boys at the home.
Yes. Well, Mr. Newman, your life is not more just a joke. It's a serious thing.
Yes, man.
My life
yes.
is a joke. Thank you for the book. Thank you for the laughter. And you have to balance it out. It's all in the balancing.
Yes.
You take on the serious work that you do.
It is.
You have to find time to laugh.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the laugh.
Yeah, man. Thanks, my brother.
Thanks for the laughter.
Good.
Laugh, smile, and you will live longer. And that's it for Insight. Until then, Michael Sharp wishing you pleasant viewing.